What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on.
And guys, finally it is happening. I have to say that for today's video I have an amazing news. It is a real bombshell and it is not a clickbait. I will show you how the Trump case might affect our case and what is the latest news that just happened. Then I will show you how effective this news is, and on top of that I will show you that we have another lawsuit that was just filed by Richard Hoffman in regards to his arbitration, and I will remind you about the major call to action that all of us have to do. And at the end of this video I will share my personal story. And guys, please watch this video till the very end because it is very important for me. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. It is the easiest way how we can push this case forward to the broader audience, and eventually it will help us to win this battle. So, let's start with this amazing news. We are on MMTLP Resources and this article was published just several hours ago and it's titled DJT letter to Congress includes MMTLP letter. Donald Trump's media company Truth Social is dealing with counterfeit shares and they are prepared to fight. A recent correspondence references the MMTLP open letter. We all know MMTLP is not the only stock being destroyed by naked shorts and counterfeit shares. It seems that DJT stock is suffering from this as well. Recently, David Nunes, the CEO of Trump Media and Technology Group, has been contacting Congress about the situation with their stock. First reported by Laker J, we find a note at the bottom of the letter that references the MMTLP 74 signature strong open letter. And here's this tweet, and Laker J wrote, "Please email your representative and senators a copy of the Nunes letter and a request for an MMTLP hearing immediately. Remember, MMTLP is the tip of the spear. We've done the work for 502 days. It's time we get the resolution we deserve." And let me show you this letter on the SEC website. Here you can see that it was addressed not to one committee, but to 4 committees. To the Honorable Jim Jordan, Chairman Committee of the Judiciary, U.S. House Representatives. To the Honorable Patrick McHenry, Chairman Committee of the Financial Service, U.S. House of Representatives. To the Honorable Jason Smith, Chairman Committee on Ways and Means. And to the Honorable James Comer, Chairman Committee of Oversight and Reform. And guys, let me show you right here this paragraph. For your reference, I am attaching an April 18, 2024 letter I sent regarding this matter to Adena Friedman, Chair and CEO of NASDAQ, the other attached letter signed by 74 members of Congress and relating to a separate incident of possible market manipulation, potentially including naked short selling, suggests that TMTG's experience is not unique. And guys, this is a real bombshell. Let me explain you why. We have this official letter that was written to 4 committees, and this letter, as you can see, on ec.gov website. This means no one will ignore this letter and these attachments when the settlement for DJT will be done. And guys, regardless of the result in DJT case, we are here and our case is even more powerful. You know that we have this letter that was signed by 74 Congress members, and this letter is the major letter in our case. And guys, Donald Trump and David Nunes, they are extremely wise and clever people, because they know if some group of people achieved a very promising results, and the goal for this group of people is extremely close to their own goal, and we know that it is the case. The MMTLP and Next Bridge Hydrocarbons case is extremely similar to the DJT case. And why in the world they shouldn't use our efforts, they shouldn't use our achievements in their favor, and in exchange they will solve our problem as well. And guys, this is a real bombshell. Let me show you how other community members reacted to this news. So, a wolf of my street wrote this 16 hours ago. Wow, DJT just sent a letter addressed to each of the chairmen of the US House Representatives Committee on the Judiciary, Committee on Financial Services, Committee on Ways and Means, and Committee on Oversight and Reform regarding potential manipulation of the stock of the company. And he pretty much admitted my words. Next one. Mark Basile wrote this set of tweets 17 hours ago. He added this tweet with the link to this official document, and he wrote, here we go, MMTLP, MULN, GNS, MC, COSM, and a bunch of other tickers. And he also added this, read the attachment, it specifically refers to MMTLP. And guys, Mark Basile definitely knows how important this mention is, because with this mention in the official case of DJT, our cases are pretty much tied up together. And definitely, while Donald Trump is resolving the DJT case, he will definitely solve our problem as well. On top of that, let me show you that more and more medias are stepping in. Definitely, the very first is Dennis Neal with his What's Bugging Me podcast, and he wrote this. More on MMTLP and de facto Trump alliance up tomorrow on What's Bugging Me on Ricochet and Apple podcast. Here the latest from the great wise guy Johnny Tobacco. And guys, on top of that, we have a set of news in the major medias like Yahoo Finance. As you can see, Trump media CEO urges House GOP leaders to address this potential manipulation of DJT stock. And this news was published just several hours ago, on April 24th. On top of that, if you Google DJT stock and switch to News tab folder in Google search results, you can see that there is a bunch of news from major medias that are pointing to this issue. And I think it is another huge win in our case. On top of that, guys, let me show you this. Almost all of our community members and headliners are pretty much happy because of this news. And John Burder reposted, for example, this tweet that was published by Marcus. Breaking news. David Nunes, CEO of Trump Media and Technology Group, a former member of the US House of Representatives from California, wrote a letter to Congress pleading for an investigation into market manipulation of their stock ticker symbol DJT. And guys, I have to say that I didn't know that David Nunes is a former member of the US House of Representatives from California. And definitely this is another very important fact that might help us to win this battle. He knows exactly how the system works. And guys, to say the least, Donald Trump was the president of the United States. If I remember it correct, he was 45th president of the United States, and potentially he will be a 47th president. And definitely, this is a huge case, huge step towards the resolution in our cases. On top of that, let me show you this. You know that Johnny Tobacco is another person who helped us a lot, and he wrote this tweet just 9 hours ago. Is Trump coming to Don Roberto's Italian restaurant in Staten Island? I think so. I hope so. Trigger alert for all the lefty walkouts. Trump may join Rudy Giuliani and Chaz Palminteri at the Blue livestream event in Staten Island. I hope you're there. I am. Maybe Kara Kastronova will be too. And guys, definitely Johnny Tobacco knows everything in our case, and if he meets with Donald Trump, he will definitely ask some questions in regards to our case. And definitely Donald Trump knows everything about our case, and it is not a coincidence that they use our letter to Congress that was made by Ralph Norman's office and that was signed by 74 Congress members. He uses this case as one of the biggest evidence of the share imbalance that is happening on the market. And guys, solution will be massive, because with this mention of MMTLP case in regards to DJT case, they will not be able to ignore our case anymore, regardless of the result of DJT case. And this is a major update. On top of that, guys, let me show you that our counterparty, became extremely active as well. And Kristen Shaughnessy wrote this tweet just 4 hours ago in response to the current status of our case. This CNN report misses the point, and instead of being curious about the stock manipulation allegations, it is dismissive. The issue is not short selling, it is trade settlement. There are millions of counterfeit shares, naked shorts, alleged to be in DJT and many other stocks. Companies with good fundamentals and companies with terrible fundamentals are both being attacked by counterfeit crooks, while regulators and politicians look the other way. This report quotes a law professor and a finance professor who seem to understand short selling, but not the fraud destroying our financial markets. Look at the lawsuit filed by NWBO, a brain cancer treatment company that is suing market makers accused of flooding the stock with counterfeit shares. Look into the toxic lenders and how they try to destroy companies like Finger. Look into the regulators and Congress after 16 months still refuse to demand trade settlement in MMTLP, and why it, a special dividend, was even allowed to trade. It has been described as a crime scene frozen in time, yet mainstream media ignores the story. And ask regulators how many shares have been moved offshore, and when they can't give you an answer, ask them why. And she wrote this tweet because of this information that was written in CNN. It says, however, some experts expressed skepticism about the claims of market manipulation. It does not appear that there is any evidence that these allegations are true. Jonathan Massey, a professor of Yale's law school, told CNN in an email. The reason that short sellers want to short the stock is because the stock is overvalued, said Jay Ritter, a finance professor at the University of Florida. It does not require a PhD in finance to come to the conclusion that the stock is widely overvalued and is almost certain to fall in price. And guys, definitely, the wrongdoers are trying to do their best in order to push our case down, because our voices just became the loudest voices on the market and on the entire media sphere. And that is why they use these so-called facts in order to show that there is no problem on the stock market right now. And we know that it is not the case, because even Finner admitted 2.65 million share imbalance on MMTLP, and TradeStation admitted share imbalance on their books. And guys, these two facts alone show that these people are wrong, and CNN is trying to push our case down. So, and it is quite obvious, because CNN is the media that is trying to push all the cases of Donald Trump down, and this shows that we are on the right path. So, let me show you another news that are also very important. Richard Hoffman wrote this tweet less than 24 hours ago. He said, MMTLP, so I just sued the main arbiter in my case against Fidelity to attempt to stop him from getting paid. I think he grabs his pants when he is served. Interesting to see the reply. And this is the main update in his arbitration, because just yesterday or the day before yesterday, and basically I mentioned about this multiple times, the main arbiter in the panel of 3 arbiters in his arbitration is the person who is quite old. He's older than 81 years, I guess, if I remember it correct. And this arbiter denies all the claims that was written by Richard Hoffman, and he denied it without any explanation. That is why Richard Hoffman sued this arbiter in order to stop him from getting paid. And it is a huge update in his case as well. On top of that, guys, what can we do as an MMTLP community? We still have to write an impact letters, because these impact letters are very important, and these letters work perfectly well inside the Congress. And you know that Don Fis is preparing to his trip to District Columbia, and all of these letters will be extremely helpful for him. On top of that, guys, don't forget to call to your congressman's office and ask them to contact James Comer's office to express support for an MMTLP congressional hearing. And I think we are about to see a major breakthrough in our case because of the recent news. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.